Fear, a fundamental human emotion. It's not just an emotion, it's one of humanity's oldest and most deeply ingrained instincts. A primal whisper, a silent guardian that kept our ancestors alive against all odds. Long before the dawn of civilization, before the comfort of structured societies, fear was our primary guide, our protector, not our enemy. It was essential for survival. And it's a trait, this inherent sense of danger, that we share with virtually every living creature on this planet. Watch as a deer freezes, or a bird abruptly flees into the sky, each one responding instantly, instinctively, to the presence of danger. For early humans, this very same fear sharpened their senses to an incredible degree, quickened their reflexes beyond conscious control, and demanded immediate, decisive action for survival. Imagine, if you will, a wild and untamed world, a world with no walls to protect you, no maps to guide you, just the raw, unyielding imperative of survival. In that world, every rustle of leaves, every fleeting shadow, was a potential warning, and fear was the language that translated these subtle cues into urgent messages, whispering, "Be careful, be vigilant." This wasn't a sign of weakness, but a testament to their strength and adaptability, the very engine of caution that kept their innate curiosity from becoming a fatal flaw. Those who listened to that inner voice, to that primal fear, survived, passing this crucial instinct down, generation after generation, through the very fabric of their being. Fear, in essence, taught us to recognize potential threats, to seek shelter from the storm, and to avoid danger whenever possible. It became a crucial and indelible thread woven into the grand tapestry of human evolution. Therefore, to truly understand ourselves in all our complexity, we must first understand what we have always feared, what drove our ancestors, and perhaps more importantly, understand why. Because in the end, fear is the ancient whisper that still echoes, however faintly, within us all. Our ancestors lived in a world of constant danger. Giant predators, deadly storms, and harsh climates. Fear was their shield, forcing them to read the land and anticipate threats. Every decision, where to walk, when to rest, was a matter of life and death. Nature's unpredictability demanded vigilance. Hesitation born of fear became the birthplace of strategy. It honed our senses, making us experts at spotting patterns and danger. A broken branch or a sudden silence could mean survival. Fear was a relentless teacher, shaping cautious, analytical minds. It demanded attention, and those who learned its lessons survived. In a hostile world, fear was the key to staying alive. Alone, a human was vulnerable. Together, we became powerful. Fear drove us to form tribes. Safety in numbers, just like herds or flocks. Groups could post lookouts, share tasks, and defend against threats. The fear of isolation pushed us to cooperate, communicate, and follow rules. Specialization made tribes efficient. Trust and loyalty became essential. Fear of exile kept us in line, forging social bonds and empathy. We began to fear not just for ourselves, but for our tribe. Shared dangers and stories built identity and belonging. Fear wove individuals into communities, shaping the first societies. It was the invisible thread behind love, friendship, and unity. Facing danger together, we found strength. Fear, paradoxically, became the architect of our earliest connections. As we built cities, brick by brick, and tamed the wild landscapes that once stretched endlessly before us, ancient fears, the primal terrors of the unknown, began to fade into the background. But fear itself, that fundamental human experience, evolved, morphing into new and often more insidious forms. The predators of the natural world became distant memories, relegated to stories and legends, but new dangers emerged from the shadows of our own creation. Crime, a constant presence in the concrete jungle. War, a specter that continues to haunt the global stage. Poverty, a stark reminder of inequality and hardship, and the ever-present uncertainty of the future. Our brains, still wired for survival in a world that no longer exists, now faced complex, abstract threats that are often invisible and intangible. The fear of storms, of nature's raw power, became the fear of economic collapse, of financial ruin. The fear of predators, of physical harm, became the fear of social rejection, of being ostracized from the group. Modern anxieties are chronic, a low hum of unease that permeates our daily lives, lingering far longer and often far more intensely than the sharp, immediate fears of the past. This mismatch between our ancient instincts, honed over millennia, and the demands of modern life creates new stress, new challenges, and new forms of fear. Yet fear in its essence still protects us, prompting caution in our actions, hygiene in our habits, and careful preparation for the unknown. It motivates us to work harder to secure our futures, avoid unnecessary risks, and prioritize the care of our health and well-being. The landscape has changed dramatically, but fear's fundamental purpose remains unchanged: to keep us safe, to guide us through the complexities of existence. It warns us of new and evolving dangers, both those that are palpably real and those that are born from our own imaginations. Even in a world constructed of stone and steel, a world of our own making, fear remains our complicated, ever-present guardian, a constant companion on our journey. It shapes our choices, both big and small, our societies, the structures we build together, and ultimately our future, the world we will leave behind. The ancient whisper of fear adapts to each new age, but never truly disappears, a testament to its enduring power. In the modern world, fear is as powerful as ever, though its shape has changed, evolving into something far more insidious. It permeates our lives in ways our ancestors could scarcely imagine. Our threats are now abstract: misinformation, a constant barrage that erodes trust and sows discord; climate change, a looming crisis that threatens the very fabric of our planet; political instability, shaking the foundations of societies across the globe. Ancient instincts struggle with these invisible dangers, these complex and overwhelming challenges, fueling chronic anxiety and a pervasive sense of unease. The endless stream of news, a relentless torrent of information, triggers the same alarm as a rustle in the dark once did, keeping us perpetually on edge. Yet fear still drives progress. It remains a powerful motivator, spurring innovation in medicine, pushing us to find cures and treatments, energy and social justice, inspiring us to create a more sustainable and equitable world. It highlights problems we can't ignore, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths, pushing us to adapt and improve, to find innovative solutions to the challenges we face. Fear remains our guide, a compass pointing us towards potential dangers, shaping our destiny as it always has, influencing our decisions and driving our evolution. It reminds us to be vigilant, to stay alert and aware of the world around us, to care for each other, to offer support and compassion in times of need, and to keep evolving, to strive for progress and create a better future. The roar of the saber-toothed cat is gone, a threat that no longer haunts our waking hours, but the ancient whisper endures, a primal warning echoing through the ages. Fear is our oldest companion, a constant presence throughout our history, and our constant catalyst for change, driving us to overcome obstacles and shape our destiny.